Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's the end of June. We're halfway through the year. Yes, some people are very excited about this. June has been a long month. And here we are at the end and headed into July, headed into the next half of the year. And are y'all ready? Okay, let's buckle up. So this month I've been talking about creating sacred spaciousness. And I don't know about you, but I have not quite yet felt that spaciousness. Has anyone felt that? Okay. Right. Yo, you have felt it? Okay, great. Someone has felt spaciousness. These talks are always also my own spiritual growth and development, right? It's my own spiritual curriculum, even though I share it with you on Sundays. And I was sitting here reflecting on reflecting on the month of June, thinking, I don't think I ever felt spaciousness, even though that was what I was anchoring in. So the work continues. So welcome to Silicon Valley Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Rasheryl McCreary. I'm the spiritual director here, and I'm really glad to be here with you today. And hello to our beloveds online. Welcome, welcome. So glad you can join us. Today, I want to talk about the emergence effect, the emergence effect. So here's the thing that's becoming very clear to me in some of the work that we're doing in the community, and I'll talk about it, and that is that there's something already here in your experience, whether it is great health, whether it is money, whether it is a job, whether it is a relationship, whatever it is you desire is already in your experience or in your environment, and you just can't see it yet. Right? You cannot see it yet. It's not emerged yet in the physical for you to see it. And I really want us to get that what we desire is not on the way. It's not coming from somewhere outside of ourselves. The law of emergence says that what you're looking for is already within you. Right? And as you get aligned with the vibration of that thing you desire, then it emerges. And here's some proof that I have over the last 3 months, 90 days, incredible proof that proves what I'm talking about. So you all know we had this course called Manifest More Money that happened here in March. What you may not know is that the people who've taken the class will not leave. So we had a March cohort, and they are now on their 3rd iteration. Then there was an April cohort, and they wouldn't leave, so they're on their next thing. And we have a June cohort going on now on the East Coast. And last week they told me they want to do another round. So let me tell you why this is. So in Manifest More Money, you all know that it's about revealing. Manifest means to reveal. You're not doing hocus pocus. You're not bringing something from out there. You're not even really creating anything. You're revealing what already exists. And so here's what's happening inside of this course. In March, the individuals in the course, there were, I think in the March cohort, was it 16 of y'all? 11, something like that, 16 people? In the March cohort, they manifested, revealed over $49,000, okay? April cohort, a different group of people, about 9 or 10 people, they revealed over $39,000. In June, the cohort that's going on right now, fasten your seatbelts. In June, this cohort on the East Coast has manifested into their lives over $202,000. Over $202,000. Unexpected, yes, this is unexpected income. This is not their salaries, stuff that they knew was happening. It's unexpected income. Inside the course, we do a whole thing around unexpected income. Not what you already know, not what you already have, not what you're already expecting, but unexpected income. Now, the thing I want to really impress upon us here is this is not about hustle and grind. It's not about go out and make it happen. It's not about go out, let's do, all these things, all these strategies. It's literally doing the spiritual work to open the aperture to get aligned with the abundance that is already there. And so what is happening for people is they are discovering, literally they're finding money, or money's finding their way to them, right? So I'll talk more about that. But here's the point I'm making is what I've seen in these classes is the money is already in someone's environment. It's either in a gift card on someone's desk, it's a gift that they got, it's an insurance policy they didn't know they had and they found it through looking through some papers, right? That money has already been in their environment. But for whatever reasons, they were not open to it. And so the law of emergence is a law of revelation. It is a law of that which is invisible moving to visible form. And I speak about money because it is the single most toxic, divisive, explosive topic and difficult topic that we deal with. Right now with inflation, with the economy, all these things, it's the single most topic that it's really hard to get to reconcile with our spiritual principles, right? Because there's so much toxic or morals we assign to it, or stuff, baggage we're carrying about shame or different things about it, right? And so that's why I specifically want to work on us healing that and understanding that, like the lilies of the field, we are provided for, each of us. And I want to be very clear. When I talk about the amounts that these individuals are manifesting, that's not coming to our center. This is individuals who are in the class. This is their experience in their lives, right? So I just want to be very, very clear about that this, what we've seen time and time again, because each person has to share their unexpected income and how it came in. And inevitably, it was something in their environment already, right? A client that's been hovering but hasn't quite landed. Something else that showed up for them. And so that's what we are talking about this month. You know what? Ernest Holmes taught that demonstration is not about manufacturing something from nothing. It is about revealing what is already spiritually true, right? That is exactly the law of emergence. He actually said in The Science of Mind, he said, all emerge from the one whose being is ever present and whose life, robed in numberless forms, is manifest throughout all creation. I'll say that again. All emerge from the one whose being is ever present and whose life, robed in numberless forms, is manifest throughout all creation. Creation is the logical result of the outpush of life into self-expression, right? It's the logical result of the outpush of life into expression. So when we talk about manifest or revealing, we're talking about the law of emergence, that which already exists in our mind and spirit, in the quantum field, right? By our attention, by our focus, by our alignment with it. Our brain and all of our biology supports us in allowing that which exists to move into form, right? This is not some kind of, crazy thing we have to knock ourselves out about. Are y'all feeling what I'm saying? So this is the law of emergence. Ernest Holmes also says we exist in limitless opportunities, which are forever seeking expression through us. We exist in limitless opportunities. And so frequently we could look out at the world and we look out at the world story, and there's certain things that make us think there are less opportunities, right? Maybe it's our age, maybe it's our gender, maybe it's our race, maybe it's our skill set, maybe it's our history, maybe it's our background, where we think we don't have enough opportunities. Oh, it's gonna be hard for me to get a job because of this. Oh, it's gonna be hard for me to do this because of that. Oh, I can't do this because of that. And that is not true. Right? But the world feeds us a steady stream of why something can't happen, of why there's a scarcity of certain things. And that could be further from the truth. We exist in limitless opportunities which are forever seeking expression through us. And they only express to the degree that we have the consciousness for it or the mental equivalent. Right? We can't outperform our mental equivalent. So if we're open to endless opportunities, that's what our experience will be. If we're only open to opportunities that can happen, now that you're 70 years old, then that's what it'll be, right? If you're only open to, there's one channel open or these other channels have closed, that will be your experience. But the truth is that everything is available and anything is possible. And that's what I want more than anything for us to get, is that we don't have to be bound by the lies of the world that say there's scarcity everywhere. There's not enough money, right? There's not enough this, there's not enough food, there's not all of these things, when in actuality there's an abundance of everything. And if we open to it, if we open our aperture, if we open ourselves, aligning with the all that is, aligning with those limitless opportunities, when we align with it, then they move into our experience. And this is what I see time and time and time again in this class, right? The more we align with our, what we call it in the class, our new money identity, right? Which is an expanded, aligned with the divine identity. The more we align with that, the more opportunities, the more money shows up in various forms in our lives. But it's the same principle whether we're talking about health. So maybe money is not your issue, maybe it's health. Right? Maybe there are health challenges. The more you align with the limitless opportunities for health and vitality, the more powerful and healthy and vital you become. And the more opportunities there are for you to experience that. Right? Or maybe it's divine right livelihood. You're looking for a job, right? The more you align with the limitless opportunities that exist in the spiritual realm that are available for you, that you are made for, the more you align with that, the less you align with how old you are, what the job market is, and the layoffs, right? Leave that alone and really align with the limitless opportunities, then those jobs begin to move into your experience. They begin to move into your experience. And so that is the invitation that we have all the time in this teaching. And honestly, I say the same thing every single week, just a different way. Basically, it's that God is all there is. God is abundant. And the more that and we are made in abundance, therefore it is our natural birthright, right? And the more we align with that, the more of our heart's desire we get to experience right here in the physical. That's the basic thing. Right? Turn off the world noise, get aligned with the divine, and your life will change in the ways that you desire it. And I've seen it with every single person in this room. I have seen massive transformation from the time I met you 4 years ago. Right? I've seen every single person in this room blossom and flourish and thrive and become more and more and more receptive to the limitless opportunities, and they're showing up for each one. So this is the work, and if the world could just get this, right? If the world could just get this, think of what kind of world we could create if more people understood this, right? Because we're now living from a place of abundance, not a place of scarcity or lack. So that means we don't have to, we don't have to dominate others and take from others, and so that we have all the toys. Right? We don't have to hoard resources and steal resources so that we have all the toys. Right? In a world where we know there are limitless opportunities, and I am one with those limitless opportunities, and it's just a matter of me opening the aperture of my own consciousness for me to have that experience. When more people are operating from that, the world begins to change. And nothing will change until that changes. And I don't care how many marches you do, how many walks you do, how many signs you paint, how many prayers you pray, how many songs you sing, how many times you hold hands and sing Kumbaya. Nothing will change until consciousness changes. And it has to change at the critical mass level, which is why I stand here every week, right? For more and more of us to get, because it doesn't take all of us, it takes critical mass of us to understand how this works, so that we can actually co-create a world that truly works for all. But it won't happen if we don't get this for ourselves, then we can't get it for the collective, right? We can't get it for the collective. So this is about the law of emergence. So here are 3 ways for you to begin to partner with emergence, with this law. And we have walked through this in various ways this year. So one is recognizing what is in your environment right now that wants to emerge. And one way that you can approach this is, right now in your life, what do you most desire? What area of your life do you most want to transform or change? It will be different for everyone, right? And if you have your journals, you can bring them out. But what do you most want to what do you most desire to experience differently in your world? So whatever that is, I want you to just take a breath and think about that. And it should be something that feels like you're not experiencing it right now, right? It's not showing up in your world right now. And what I want you to begin to sense into for yourself is this truth that which you desire already exists. And Rumi says, what you seek is seeking you, right? It is already in existence. And so part of the movement is to begin to let the veils of obstruction, blockages, letting those things drop and fall away so that you can actually see. Like right now, the image I'm getting is if your desk is like super messy, or there's something in your house that's really messy, right? And you go and you clean that up and you go, oh my God, here's the blah, 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 right? Here's the whatever. Here's the life insurance policy, da, 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 da. Here's the, whatever it is. Here's a gift card. But I want you to imagine that whatever is the messy desk in your consciousness, to imagine that begins to get cleared away so you can see what's actually in your field. Because that which you desire is actually already there. So recognizing it is the first step. Letting things move out, getting things out of the way, the blockages, the obstructions, that is the first step. And then, or maybe this is not a linear process, so another thing that you can do to really align with the law of emergence is get out of its way. And here's how we get in the way. Our minds, our brilliant, beautiful, lovable minds, lock in and wants to figure things out. Like everybody in this room is very smart. Everyone in this room is very capable. Everyone in this room has built things in their lives, right? And so what happens is the mind, because our minds are used to figuring things out, our mind wants to figure out the how. Our mind wants to, it's like, here's the desire I have, here's this thing that I want, here's something I want in my life, but we block it when we try to figure out how can it happen, or how it can't happen, or why it can't happen, right? And this may look like overanalyzing something before it's fully formed, right? So before something's fully formed, we're analyzed it to death, literally. Like literally to death, right? So it does not even exist anymore. It can't come into form. Or we demand proof, right? We need proof. We need to see a sign. We need to see something, some kind of proof that this thing that we desire is okay or that it's possible, right? Or, my favorite, we have to talk to other people who then talk us out of it, right? Our logical friends who then, or logical family members, or the people who are gonna tell us all the reasons why this is not practical, all the reasons why this cannot work, all the reasons why this is just silly, all the reasons why you should be doing X, Y, and Z instead, right? These are the ways that we stop the law of emergence. We stop that which wants to birth in our experience. And so in order to partner with this law, we have to do the opposite. Get out of the way. Get your mind out of the way. Right? Get your reasoning out of the way. Get your logic out of the way. Now, those things are necessary. I'm not saying throw caution to the wind, go crazy. So those things are necessary, but at least let what you desire to emerge first and then figure out the strategy, right? Then figure out the plan, right? So it's really about allowing, and when that desire emerges into form, it will of its own energy, its own synergy, it will move you to then create the plan for its thrival, right, and survival. It will move you into strategy. But frequently what happens is we get into strategy first about our dreams, and it kills it, right? Because logic can't see the spiritual. It can't see how that can emerge. Yeah, are y'all with me? So what happens when we get out of the way is synchronicity synchronicity kicks in, and we have unexpected timing, unexpected people. Like all of a sudden, things sort of line up, and all of these occurrences happen, and it's like, whoa, what is going on? And it seems miraculous, right? It seems miraculous, and it's actually the natural order revealing itself, right? Divine harmony revealing itself. So the third thing for you to do to be really aligned with this law of emergence. And let me just say, this is so important now because as we approach the 250th anniversary of our country, this incredible, divinely guided concept and divinely guided expression, as we approach this, it's really important for us to allow the highest version, the highest picture, the highest carnation or incarnation of our country to emerge. And it emerges through us. It doesn't emerge through them. It emerges through each of us, right? And so it's really important for us to really understand how this works and to be working in alignment with it in our own lives and as a collective. And so the third way to be in alignment with the law of emergence is to say yes. To say yes, right? Just say yes. And that yes is a powerful surrender, right? Not surrender in defeat, but a surrender in allowing that which is greater to move in your life by just saying yes, right? Just saying yes. Letting that old programming go, letting the old knee-jerk reactions go, letting the old, interior monologue, sometimes it's a dialogue of, from our parents or society or different things running in our minds, letting that go and just saying yes. When you're birthing something, you cannot say no in the birth process. You got to go with it, right? You got to go with it. And what I'm wanting us to get is, for us individually and for us collectively, something is birthing. What we're doing is getting in the driver's seat of what is actually being birthed, right? Something is birthing. It always is, because spirit is creative. There's always something being created in our lives and in the collective. And what we're doing is getting in the driver's seat, getting very clear about that which we are saying yes to and allowing to come forward, versus just being along for the ride and then going, oh my God, look over there, look at what's happening. Oh my God, look over there and what's happening. It's like, yeah, that's us. That's our collective consciousness playing out loud, right? There's only one of us here, and it's looking crazy, right? There's only one of us here. God is expressing uniquely through each of us, so the crazy we see over there is actually our consciousness. It's our collective consciousness. And so the more that we are in the driver's seat and saying yes to the divine and the high ideals that want to emerge through us, the more we do that, the picture out here begins to change. And the picture in our lives begins to change, right? So this is what we're called to do. So my invitation to you this week is to really get in touch with that which is trying to emerge through you. Because I feel like each person in here has something, right, that wants to emerge. So clear the cobwebs, clear your consciousness, clear your desk, your room, your closet, whatever it is, so that you can actually see what it is, right? And partner with it. Partner with it. Don't kill it in the crib by overanalyzing it. And I don't know how this is going to work. Just say yes. Yes to your desire. Yes to your heart. Yes to that which wants to flourish and thrive and grow and express through you. Say yes, yes, and yes. And then watch what happens. Just like in that Manifest More Money class, if someone had told me in March that collectively a group of people in a class we're working on together would manifest over collectively nearly $300,000 in their lives in unexpected income, I would have said, get out of town. Like, I don't believe that, right? I would not have believed, it just would not have been, right? Wouldn't have been in my, I certainly would never say that. And yet, here we are, these incredible people who are ordinary people. This is not practitioners and ministers. These are ordinary people in our centers who practice these principles, who are in this container together, saying yes and getting all the junk out of the way about a specific issue, but it's also changing their lives in other ways, right? It's changing their lives in other ways. So that's my invitation to you, to allow this week. And for the rest of the year, we want to enter this next half of the year allowing and replenished, right? Versus trying to get on top of all the different crazy things that are happening. So let's turn within.